Looks like about a 10-faceted diamond, doesn't it? It's really only 4 facets. It is a diamond. It is Safeco Field. It's the home of the Seattle Mariners, and this is Game 3 of the 4-game series between the Seattle Mariners and the New York Yankees on an absolutely lovely summer's evening. A nice crowd expected on hand, and the Mariners trying to win the first game of the series so far. How are you, everybody? With Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Niehaus, and as far as the Mariners are concerned, Mike, it's the beginning of a new era. It's the beginning of the Justin Smoke era.
It is. It's good to have him back in town. He was able to arrive today at around 1 o'clock. Here he was taking some batting practice earlier in the afternoon. But this is a guy that they're hoping can hold down first base for the next 5-6 years. Young man, 23 years old. A lot of expectations are going to be placed on him today. Some of it I don't think he deserves, but hopefully he'll get a nice welcome tonight and get off to a good start.
So Justin Smoke coming in, Cliff Lee going out down to Arlington, Texas. And for what's happening with him tonight, let's check in with Angie. Throwing a gem. Speaking of gems, the last time that Felix Hernandez, well, not the last time, but 2 times ago against the Yankees, he was unbelievable.
It really was. He was amped up for this game and pitched extremely well in it, and they really need a nice outing out of him tonight. The Mariners, a little bit of a slide, so they need Felix to come out and pitch well to get the offense a chance to score some runs, and that's been the biggest issue. But Felix, very good, had everything working, everything down in the zone. He's going to have to do that again tonight.
Well, the Yankees, the hottest thing in baseball. They have won 7 straight. They have won 8 of their last 9, and they are beginning to push away a little bit from the rest of the pack in the American League East. The Mariners will try and slow that down here tonight. Great to have you with us on this summer's evening. Weather could not be more delicious. It is a beautiful night here in Seattle. Back with baseball. The Mariners, the New York Yankees. Deeply say more right after this.
is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. The Tracer system uses 3 cameras to track every pitch. Graphical enhancements have been added to the EQC Tracer this season to give you more information and insight into the game.
It's not just any Saturday night in July 2010. It's a Saturday night in July when the Mariners are playing the Yankees. And the Mariners are playing the Yankees on a beautiful night, Game 3 of the 4-game series, and trying to win their first in this 4-game series as Felix Hernandez has taken the mound to take his warm-up tosses. And let's look at the Yankee lineup.
Thank you, Dave. Derek Jeter getting the night off, so Brett Gardner will lead things off in his switcher to Sheriff. Alex Rodriguez, Cano, Granderson, Colin Curtis getting the start out in right field. He will hit 7. Cervelli, and then Pena, the shortstop tonight, hits 9. And the numbers for Felix Hernandez, Dave mentioned it early, pitched well against the Yankees before, trying to get that ER under 3. 122 strikeouts for him. Let's take a look at our Home Depot doing more on defense. In the outfield will be Saunders, Gutierrez, and Ichiro. Across the infield will be Lopez, Jack Wilson at shortstop, Pickens at second. Justin Smoke makes his debut over at first base, and Rob Johnson will be behind the plate.
And there he is, Justin Smoke, the 23-year-old kid out of the University of South Carolina, making his Mariner debut here this evening. It's got to be an unusual night for him because he leaves a club that leads the West and comes to a club that right now is last in the West. And you really got to figure that his next 5 years are going to be in that Mariner uniform. The Mariners are hoping that he's the man that will get them back to the top of the West. As the first delivery to Mr. Brett Gardner is a strike on the inside corner. As Derek Jeter, the Yankee captain, has at least the beginning of the night off. He's on the bench, so Gardner leading it off, the left fielder. And that's foul back and out of play. One of Felix's most spectacular outings was against this club two outings ago in New York on the 30th of June. Really only one legitimate hit, and that was a leadoff double by Mark Teixeira. Fastball high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes to count in the 4th inning. And the other one was a little pop-up by Colin Curtis, the kid from Issaquah, in his shallow right field in the gloaming, and there's a line drive into center field. That's a base hit. So Gardner starts it off with a clean shot right back up the middle. And that little pop-up in the gloaming, Sean Figgins lost the ball and it dropped behind it. And those were the only 2 hits.
Well, I'll agree with you. Felix was very good in the game. You look at the way he went at the Yankees. He kept the ball down the entire game, had a good breaking ball, worked his changeup, but tremendous movement on his fastball. Tonight gives up a hit right away to Gardner, but he ends up breaking his bat, jams him, and he hits it back up the middle.
So that'll bring up All-Star Nick Swisher. Everybody enjoys going to the All-Star game. I'm not sure anybody's going to enjoy it any more than this guy right here. Swisher having an outstanding year, hitting .304. Got to keep your eye on Gardner. He's got 25 stolen bases. He's only been caught 5 times, and the delivery is a little high and outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Towering fly ball to left field. Saunders has an easy play, 1 down here in the 1st inning. And here comes Teixeira.
Talking about Gardner over at first, having his 25 steals, you better steal at a pretty good percentage with the guys hitting behind him in the lineup. They have a lot of power in their lineup, and you better make sure you get down there.
Yeah. For that reason, they don't run a heck of a lot.
Right, exactly. Still the old school American League style club, going for the 3-run home run.
Speaking of home runs, this man had 2 of them last night. 1 from each side of the plate. And he takes a change a little bit outside, ball 1.
This is also the guy that we've heard a lot about the last couple of days. Well, at least yesterday anyways, with the trade and getting smoked. They think that he has the same type of potential as Teixeira, a switch hitter also.
And away, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And of course, Teixeira originally a Ranger also. Gardner driven back on his hands and knees. Edward Puano is the umpire over at first base. Look out. Man, that didn't hit anybody.
It didn't. Fortunately, there's a railing and a netting over the dugout, and it actually hit the netting and ricocheted back into the Mariner dugout. I'm sure it startled them a little bit, but everybody's fine. Take a look at the swing by Teixeira as his bat comes out of his hands. Just a little more pine tar. You can see the netting behind the guys in the dugout, and they hit in that netting.
And there he goes, Gardner, and the throw down, and he is out of there. Great throw by Rob Johnson right on the corner of the bag to Jack Wilson to nail Brett Gardner.
You're absolutely right, Dave. This is quick by Rob Johnson. Accurate throw with a strong arm right on the money. Nice play by Jack to stay with it and put the tag on him. Nicely done by Rob Johnson.
And the 3-1 pitch to Teixeira. 3-2 now. And that's out of play. Mariners have only allowed 27 stolen bases. Only the Cardinals have allowed fewer. Teixeira line drive, and Ichiro's going to have to play it on a hop. Boy, he's strong. Just kind of one-handed that ball out in the right field.
Sure did. Stayed with it and hit a line drive.
Who else could it be? It's not Santa Claus.
Well, even the Yankee fans are getting a kick out of it.
A-Rod hitting .273. And a fly ball. Popka. And Gutierrez will have an easy play on it. Everybody a cheer now. Here in the first, a couple of hits, but one man left. Good first inning for Felix. No score. The Mariners coming up.
For the Mariners, leading things off, it'll be Ichiro. Then it's Sean Figgins. Russell Braniel will hit third. He's the designated hitter. Lopez Gutierrez, and then Justin Smoke making his Mariner debut, hit sixth. Saunders, Johnson, and Jack Wilson, the shortstop, hits ninth. Take a look at the numbers for Javier Vasquez. 4.81 ERA. 88 innings pitched for him. 73 strikeouts.
Mariners took it to him back at Yankee Stadium, beating 7-0 as Vasquez finds the mark of the knees. However, he had the strikeout pitch going for him that day. He struck out 8 in his 6 innings of work at Yankee Stadium. High chopper foul down the third baseline, only 10 days away from his 34th birthday. Javier Vasquez.
Mariners did hit 2 home runs off of him. Vasquez has given up 15 on the year.
And off the hands foul. Would you say a 500 pitcher is a successful pitcher?
I would say, depending on the teams that he pitched for, probably yes. I would say so.
Well, that's just about exactly what Vasquez is. Swing and a miss as Ichiro's down on strikes. He's 149 and 146. He's 3 games over 500. And you know, I've often thought as a 500 pitcher being exactly that, so-so pitcher.
Yeah, I agree.
But when you look at how specialized the game is these days, that's not bad at all.
No, it's not. And when you ask me the question, one of the people that I thought of, that's a Hall of Famer and one of the greatest pitchers I've ever seen, is Nolan Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I think the circumstances in which they pitched in some of the clubs that maybe they pitched for has something to do with it.
There's a bunt by Figgy, foul down the third baseline. Wins and losses are not necessarily the most important statistic for a pitcher either. You know, innings pitched, bases on balls, strikeouts.
Nowadays, efficiency of when they throw their pitches. How many innings can they get through on 100 pitches nowadays?
Yeah, right. It used to be throw till you drop. It's no longer the case. 1-1 to Figgy, foul back.
I think when I first started playing, it wasn't unusual to see starters go 130, 140 pitches. You rarely see that now.
You just had a peek at a great one. And Andy Pettit there. He had him fooled, but the pitch just did miss outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he definitely wanted that pitch. You take a look at it right on the corner at the top of the strike zone. Lance Barksdale, the home plate umpire, disagreed. Called it a ball.
Full count. Chased one. Pretty good two-seamer. 90-mile-an-hour two-seamer. Figgins, the second strikeout victim. And here comes Russell Brunion.
Take a look at the movement on his fastball. That's the two-seam fastball Dave was talking about. Pitches down, starts on the corner, and then runs off of it, and Figgins chases it.
Pops that back and out of play.
Russell Brunion 3 for 7 off of Vasquez. All 3 hits, home runs.
I would say the Russell Brunion better studied the art of designated hitting.
I would agree.
Justin Smoke on the scene now. Out there playing just about straight up and down. And a change down low. After tomorrow's game, the All-Stars, of course, from around the country head to Anaheim. And All-Star activity begins early for the managers. They have like a 9 a.m. news conference on Monday morning. Full count, 3-2. And then it's a whirlwind until the final out on Tuesday night. But anybody who's ever gone through it say it's worth every bit of it.
Mariners. Well, now Ichiro catches a little bit of a break. He'll be able to stay right there in Anaheim. The team's going there at the end of the break.
Branyan takes the breaking ball low and inside, and Jose Lopez will be the hitter. It will be unusual seeing Cliff Lee introduced in a Ranger uniform, however.
Yeah, it will be. And I wonder what he thinks about that.
He had nothing to do with it.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. No, he didn't.
Cervelli loses the ball. I assume that'll be a wild pitch, and it will be.
Look at this last pitch. Cervelli goes over instead of trying to block it, tries to backhand the ball and can't find it. Brandon gets down to second base without any play.
One. That's Posada, who's getting a night off. Teixeira is going to go right to the barrier and look well back into the stands. The Mariners, after the All-Star break, as Mike mentioned, will play 4 in Anaheim and then come back and have a great set of games against the White Sox and the Red Sox, two of the hotter teams in baseball. Certainly the White Sox are right now. They've won 6 in a row.
Mariners making Vasquez work here in the first inning. That's 21 pitches for him.
There's Justin Smoke with that highly lacquered bat. It's got some good grain on it. Did you notice that grain?
Nice and straight. Have a look at it.
It's like a nice bat.
It is a nice looking bat, and the hitters like that. You can find one with a knot in there. He has a little wrinkle in it. Makes it a little bit harder. They like that too.
Popped up. No problem. So here in the first, no damage, no runs, no hits, no errors, one man left. There he is. Heisman Trophy candidate, Jake Locker. He's going to be visiting with us later on in the telecast. No score after 1. All right, Angie, as we get set to move into the second inning of play. Robinson Cano, the Yankee second baseman, another of the Yankee All-Star contingent. Then Curtis Granderson. And then Issaquah's Colin Curtis. No score. A bit inside with that 92-mile-an-hour fastball is Felix. Two and 0. He's missed with the first three. And 4-pitch walk to Cano. Reaction to the Cliff Lee trade as we look at our Geico quote. C.J. Wilson of the Rangers. It felt like it was Christmas. Nolan Ryan brings us a present. A presence that is going to have an impact. And Mike Sosa said the team ahead of us just got better.
Yes, they did.
Strike, but a marginal strike at that. A high. Curtis Granderson taking it. Justin Smoke has got some huge shoes to fill down there defensively, of course. As Casey Kotzman is the best.
And the word on Justin is not the best range. He's a big man, but hey, he's pretty good with the glove over there.
That's going to be out of play.
A little bit that I've seen of him play. He seems to do just fine.
Snap through to first base. And Smoke takes the ball foul. Yankees open up a series right after the break at Yankee Stadium against Tampa Bay. Big series, bigger series for Tampa Bay than New York right now, as well as the Yankees are playing.
Pretty good fastball from Felix. Again, the pitches are down. He's just missing off the plate away. Not by much.
It's all backing out of play. Yankees in Tampa Bay. A lot of baseball. And he played between those two clubs. They've only played 5 games. The Yankees are 2-3 against the Rays in their own division. So that's hardly getting started.
See a lot of each other in the second half then.
Three and two. Colin Curtis is on deck.
I'm from New York.
And he got it. Well, the pitch was probably a little bit outside, but he fooled him. and has his first strikeout. Right now, let's check in with Angie. Angie? And here he is, Colin Curtis. Came home last night in the 8th inning. Hit a double over the head of Ichiro in right field. Also had that in the gloaming double in New York off Felix Hernandez.
Felix not nearly as sharp as he was in New York tonight so far. 29 pitches for him, 16 strikes, 13 balls.
And a breaking ball for a strike. That took a lot off of that pitch.
He's having a tough time getting a feel for his changeup. Has not been able to throw it for a strike, so maybe his breaking ball will be a better pitch for him to go to.
Fly ball to left field. Saunders right at him. Francisco Cervelli, another Venezuelan.
In fact, he's from the same hometown as Felix, isn't he? From
Right.
Valencia?
Valencia
Yeah.
as well. And it's lined on a short hop. Right to Figgins, who throws him out. Leadoff base on balls. No harm done by the leadoff base on balls. And as we go to the second inning, Mariner and them, no score. Pena, the switch hitting shortstop, taking the place of the Yankee captain out at shortstop, will be the hitter. I just want Felix to say hello.
Yeah.
Franklin Gutierrez has taken the strike at the knees, and Goody's in a little bit of a slump right now. 1-2. He's for his last 21.
Everybody goes through them at some point. I think it's a little bit tougher when you start the season off slumping, but most of the guys will go through a period where things are not going to go well. Franklin, through that 0-for-21, has not swung the bat well. So hopefully he can get on track sometime soon. Probably looking forward to the All-Star break right now.
If you're not in the All-Star game and you got the break, and everybody looks forward to it.
Yep.
Everybody looks forward to making the All-Star squad if you're good enough and lucky enough to do it year after year after year, like Ichiro is. But if you're one that's a major leaguer and you get those 4 days off, you appreciate that just as much. Also, and I imagine you just like to forget about baseball for 4 days.
You really do.
And that pitch is hit to left field and fairly deep. Right back to the warning track where Brett Gardner will make the catch. Tomorrow, the first run around the bases of this season. The Yankees and the Mariners for the final time here in Seattle. All you future stars, 14 and under, invited right down to the field to take a lap around the bases, courtesy of KeyBank. For tickets, you can visit Mariners.com or any Mariners team store location. Well, there he is, the Mariner debut of Justin Smoak.
Got a nice ovation coming to the plate. Seattle fans welcoming him right away. Good chance to watch him play for a long time now.
Fastball up in the wheelhouse of Smoak. Kid from South Carolina, Goose Creek, South Carolina. A Gamecock went to the University of South Carolina in Columbia. And that pitch is popped down the right field line and out of play. Already got fan club.
I'm talking about the All-Star break, Dave, and it's true. The guys that aren't going to make it, a lot of them like the time to do basically nothing and let their body heal up a little bit. Most of the guys are banged up and tired right now.
Change up way out in front of the change. And a good one. So 2 away.
He had a couple of fastballs to hit and fouled them off, and then Vasquez comes back with a really good changeup. Starts at the knees and the bottom falls out of it as Smoak swings over the top of it.
And he popped him up. So Pena takes care of that. A very easy second inning for Javier Vasquez. 3 up and 3 down. We come back and tell you about the third after this. Mel Stottlemyre in the stands here tonight, the former Mariner pitching coach, and he'll find his name all over the New York Yankee record book. Won 20 games 3 years in a row for New York. Pitching coach for both New York ball clubs and Mets and the Yankees for many, many years. For the Houston Astros, one of the great baseball names in the Northwest, and one of the great guys you'll ever want to meet.
He's over on this side now, isn't he? He's not over in Yakima anymore.
No, he lives in Issaquah.
Oh, no.
Swing and a foul and a miss. The ball picked up and thrown on the first base as Rob Johnson dropped the ball. And Romero Pena is an out. The put out going 2-3. And Brett Gardner will be the hitter.
Gardner had a base hit his first time up. Felix, good fastball inside. It jammed and broke his bat, but it ended up in center field for a hit. Rob Johnson later threw him out when he was trying to steal.
On 2. Real nice crowd here tonight. And that's outside. Expecting around 42,000 or so here tonight. Curveball, see you later. Uncle Charlie came to call him from Mr. Brett Gardner. And he has his 3rd strikeout.
You look at this last pitch right at the top of the strike zone. I think Gardner maybe thought it was high. Good looking breaking ball again.
Nick Swisher has 11 of his 14 home runs from this side, the left-hand side. Outside to him, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Got some pretty good one on that one. Way back there. And with the warning track and the walls, Ichiro, this baby is going to fly away. And Felix Hernandez said, "My, got that one up." And you sure did. And Swisher got it up too for his 15th home run of the year. And the Yankees with a 1-0 lead.
Take a look at the swing by Nick Swisher. Pitch is up above the belt. He hits it high. I thought maybe there was too much air underneath it. It wouldn't carry enough, but it's early in the ball game on a warm night. And he ends up with just enough of it to get over the fence. Look at Felix's reaction.
Yeah, it was up the 4th career home run by Swisher off Felix Hernandez. Mark Teixeira, high chopper over the mound. Figgy will throw him out. But a Yankee long ball, and the Yankees have the lead in this one as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd. New York 1, Mariners 0. Long ball off the bat of the next Swisher in time for our AT&T trivia question. The All-Star game right around the corner on this date in 34. Carl Hubble fan 5 straight in the All-Star game. 50 years later, a National League duo fan 6 straight, which 2 surpassed Hubble's mark. A, B, C, or D. Andujar, Soto, or Ryan and Carlton. Doc Gooden and Fernando Valenzuela, or Oral Hershiser and Rick Sutcliffe. You can text your answer to 95323. Robbie Johnson fouls it away, and they counted a ball and a strike.
Do you know the answer?
No.
I'm going to guess. I don't know either. I'm going to guess Gooden and Valenzuela. It seemed to me that Valenzuela had one of those Hubble type innings where he fanned 3 in a row that I can remember.
Well, you know why I'm going to agree with you?
Why?
Because Valenzuela had a screwball, and so did Carl Hubble.
I guess that's as good a reason as any.
And he had a good one, too. And a fly ball popped up. There's the play out there for Granderson. 1 down. The Mariners have scored 2 runs in the last 23 innings. Pickens been slim.
Don't care how good your pitching is, Dave. You have to score some runs, and that's not close to being enough. Hubble Leaf fan, who was it? Ruth, Gehrig, and somebody else that everybody talks about all the time. I think it was a ground ball to short by Jack Wilson. Pena, no problem handling it.
So 2 down. Jimmy Fox, Al Simmons, and Joe Cronin. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox. Now wishes Simmons.
Pretty good group of hitters. That's a nice lineup, isn't it?
Hall of Famers all. Ichiro struck out in the first inning.
It's Barksdale, the home plate umpire, starting to call that high strike. Like that last pitch, maybe borderline up that Ichiro Tune called it a strike. I saw Felix get a high curveball, able to strike Gardner out with it.
And a fly ball to center field. Granderson, a nice jump on it out there. And here in the third, 3 up, 3 down, 7 in a row, retired by Javier Vasquez. And the Mariners still looking for their first base hit. 1-0 New York. fans to watch Game 3 of this 4-game series between the Mariners and the Yankees. And the boos trumpet the arrival of only one man, and you know who that is. And that man takes a strike at the knees. 1-1 on A-Rod. Curveball.
Good one. I think his breaking ball tonight, his curveball, is a better pitch than his changeup has been. At times, Felix will go through games wanting to throw his changeup and have to switch over to his curveball because he has better command of it. And it looks like that's the case tonight.
One and two on A-Rod. And that breaking ball just missed low.
A couple of curveballs that he's thrown, Alex. He's buckled him a little bit. Alex has given some ground in the batter's box, and I think it's because of the other pitches you see inside the fastballs. Mariners have consistently tried to pitch Alex in, so he's aware of that, and I'm wondering if the breaking ball makes him give some ground.
Fastball back up the middle, and that's going to be picked off, but no throw by Sean Figgins. That'll be a base hit for A-Rod. Let's give me the answer to the AT&T trivia question. Which National League twosome recorded 6 straight strikeouts in the '84 All-Star game? You all said Good in Valenzuela as the #1 answer, and you are right. State 34, Hubble fan 5 straight. Good in Valenzuela did it. 1984, the 50th anniversary of this legendary performance. And King Carl Hubble threw out the first pitch for that game. San Francisco. There's a hot shot base hit into right field. So the Yankees now got something started here in the 4th with nobody out, runners at first and second.
Robinson Cano, one of the better hitters in the American League, jumps on a first pitch fastball in the middle of the plate, belt high, and hits it hard into right field.
Curtis Granderson up there. And I don't think the Yankees are bunting here. They don't bunt much anyway. Although Granderson can really move. And he's not bunting. Takes a strike. 1-1.
Yeah, the young player in Curtis behind him, and the backup catcher Cervelli, and then the backup shortstop in Pena. They'd rather have him swing than bunt. If he bunts, he'll probably bunt on his own, and it would be for a base hit. He wouldn't sacrifice.
Curveball. A-Rod and Cano at second and first. And a drive into the gap, but closing that gap out there nicely is Michael Saunders. And Colin Curtis will be the hitter. Mariners trading cards are back. They'll be back on Thursday, July the 22nd. The Red Sox will be here, and the first 20,000 fans pick up this year's collection. Thanks to Seattle City Light. Get to the ballpark early to trade cards with your other friends and fans and complete your set. For tickets, visit Mariners.com. Here's Colin Curtis. Way outside with a change.
Curtis hit a fly ball to left his first time on. Felix kept the ball away from him. The good two-seam fastball was running it away. Getting a fly ball and come inside now. Is that breaking ball?
High chopper off the plate.
Let it go.
And that's going to be a fair ball, and he's going to throw him out. So he didn't let it go. He got the out.
I thought maybe because it was chopped and it was so high, he wouldn't have a play on Curtis, who runs well. But he gets him easily over at first. Gets him by a step and a half.
And Francisco Cervelli, the catcher, will step up to the plate. Fastball, routinely hit. And Jack Wilson will get him out of there. So some nice flex pitching here for Felix Hernandez. Here in the fourth, nothing doing. 2 left, still 1-0 Yankees. That pitching staff.
It will. It certainly will help them going into the second half of the season to be able to give them a break. And a little bit surprising that the Orioles handled them the way they did, but not surprising that they were able to go deep.
He's no longer a safe go field.
No.
I think he found that out in a hurry. As Sean Figgins will lead it off. The Mariners looking for their first base hit off Javier Vasquez. He's walked 1 man. He's retired 7 in a row. A little high.
Saw Figgins show bunt there. Rodriguez and Teixeira both up on the corners. Alex on the grass, Teixeira just off of it.
And A-Rod's going to run out of room. Alex will be 35 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2-1.
Sometimes you get things as a reminder that let you know time can move pretty fast, can't it, Dave?
Boy.
I can remember Alex is 19 years old running around the carpet in the Kingdom. And now he's going to be 35 years old. Wow.
I can still see Joey Cora crying on his shoulder at the end of his 95 playoffs.
Yeah.
In the dugout.
Yep.
Nice comebacker. So Figgins is out. Tomorrow, the break, and then the stars align for the 2010 Major League All-Star Game. The best from the American League, the best from the National League. Don't miss the action. Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific on Fox. This one counts. Russell Brannon's hit 3 home runs against Vasquez. Way out in front of a change. And really pulling the string on it. Again.
Russell walked his first time up, and there were pitches that were off the plate away. Similar to the changeups that he swung at in this at bat.
Two.
50 pitches for Vasquez. Had to work a little bit in the first inning with the 22 pitches that you see, but other than that, things have gone well for him.
And he got him on a change again. About fell out of it. 4 strikeouts.
You won't see a pitcher do this very often, but did not throw him one fastball. 4 changeups in the at-bat. Russell swung at 3 of them.
Lopez hit a fly ball to Colin Curtis in the first inning. Strike at the knees. Only 1 ground ball out. Zach Wilson's ground ball to shortstop. Slider away.
Vasquez has a pretty good fastball with good movement on it, but he has really gone soft in this game so far. A lot of breaking balls and changeups from him. Another breaking ball, so the Mariner hitters are going to have to make an adjustment. Sit on one of those pitches, hit it hard somewhere to get him off of it, see if they can get him to throw some fastballs.
Correct my previous statement. 2 ground ball outs. Sean Figgins here in the 4th, tap back to the mound. So 2 ground ball outs. Curveball and a fly ball easily out to Gardner. So here in the 4th, 3 up, 3 down. Familiar story. 10 in a row retired by Vasquez. 1-0 Yankees. Wonder what the Orcas are doing tonight, doesn't it? Swing and a miss. Had a fastball. 1-1 the count. What a beautiful, beautiful area in which we live up here. Pena quickly with 2 strikes on him.
We saw Rob take a bunch of foul balls off his body last night. That one took a bite out of him, too. And played umpire Lance Barksdale. Professional courtesy, buying a little time. Rob to get the sting out of it.
I just got to think, maybe catchers enjoy the break more than any other position players.
Just for their knees alone, not to mention all the other things that happen to them. But yeah, I would agree with that.
In the dirt, a breaking ball. Saw a strikeout. Number 4. Second time Pena's fan. Brett Gardner started the ball game with a base hit, and then on a perfect peg by Rob Johnson was cut down at second base, trying to steal, and he also was caught looking on strikes.
Felix, after struggling with his command in the first inning, then the start of the second inning, starting to get things figured out. Ball to strike ratio is getting much better.
And a little looper, and it's going to drop. Here's Nick Swisher. He's the difference in the ball game in the third inning as we check our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. This was the blast by Nick Swisher as Ichiro will run out of room deep out there in right center field, and Nick Swisher will pick up his 15th home run of the year, just to the left of the 385 sign. And that is the only run in the ball game up to this point.
Was another fastball to Swisher, but better located, pitched down. That was something that Felix did such a nice job of when we were in New York. That pitch looks like it's going to be at the bottom of the strike zone and starts working its way down. Really did a nice job of keeping his pitches down in New York, and he was so effective giving up just the 2 hits.
White Sox beating Kansas City, and they're red hot. They won 7 in a row. On 2. Detroit still with a half a game lead on them as they knocked off the Twins today. And the Twins are now 4 back. Runner goes. Pitch. Ground ball right to shortstop. Looks. Tags the bag. Goes to first. The double play. 6-3. Here in the 5th. No runs. 1 hit. Nobody left. After 4.5. Still 1-0 New York.
There in the American League Central. Hi again, everybody. Rick Riz along with Mike Blowers on a beautiful night here in Seattle on this Saturday evening. Felix Hernandez and Mr. Vasquez locking horns, Mike.
It's a really good pitching duel right now, and so far Vasquez, the best of it, has not given up a hit to the Mariners yet. And Nick Swisher, the only run with the solo home run, a pitch that was up. Felix knew it too when he hit it.
Yeah.
Didn't think it was going to carry long enough out there in right center field, but ended up just getting over the fence.
Leading things off, Franklin Gutierrez. 0-1 the count. And he takes down and away for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nice play turned in by Jack Wilson to turn that double play.
You know, it was very fortunate because the runner took off and Jack went to cover the base, and just so happened that the hitter hit it right on the base for him. Nice play.
Little kick off the side of the mound. And they got Gardner, who was running, as you mentioned, fouled away by Franklin in the count at 1-2. How about Franklin getting out of an 0-for-22 slump with a long ball right here, Mike?
That would be great. He needs something. Right now, he'd take a flare into the outfield.
Yeah.
Everybody that's played the game has gone through it, and you know eventually you're going to get a hit, but you'd like to see it sooner or later, and you don't care what it looks like when you get it.
As long as you get it. Little fly ball. Center field coming up is Granderson. Had time to retrace those steps, and he makes the catch. So 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Mariners are still looking for that first hit off of Javier Vasquez. And here is first baseman Justin Smoak. Welcome to Seattle. The kid coming over from the Texas Rangers yesterday showed up at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and he's making his Mariner debut. And Mike, you've been through that. You know, you get traded from one organization to another, and here I am. You put on the uniform and you go play.
Well, you know, we were talking about it earlier, Rick, and this is probably the best time of the day for him right now, where he's actually between the lines and getting a chance to concentrate on just playing baseball. But he's been through a lot. I'm sure there was probably some shock when he was given the news that he had been traded.
Yeah.
Then you have to go through everything to get here. Pack up things, take care of all the situation that you have in Texas, and then to jump on a plane this morning to get up here about 1 o'clock.
You got to figure out your new routine.
Get to know your teammates.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just everything. And then here you are starting in the game.
Introduce yourself to everybody. Got new teammates, a new manager, a new coaching staff, new fans, new uniform. So you just try to get comfortable as soon as you possibly can. 2-1 to count on Smoak, only 23 years of age, from Goose Creek, South Carolina. And a swing and a miss at a changeup. He got him on a change back in the second, and Vasquez has a great change.
He does, and he's had a good breaking ball today, too. And Smoak had an opportunity, first couple pitches at his first at bat, to hit some fastballs, put some good swings on it. Since then, Vasquez has really gone away from his fastball to everybody and relied on his changeup and breaking ball. Another one. So he pitched him similar to the way he pitched Brandon.
And Mike, not only is it the speed of that changeup, but that thing kind of sails away from a left-handed hitter. 2 outs in the inning. So 2 down. The other kids coming over from the Texas Rangers, a couple of pitchers and a middle infielder. This is the Banner Bank building to the future. Blake Bevan, big 6'10" right-hander, made 17 starts at AA Frisco, was 10-5. He started the Southern League All-Star game. Josh Lukey, a reliever, and then Matt Lawson, middle infielder, second baseman, coming over in that trade for Cliff Lee and also Mark Lowe. Here's Michael Saunders. 0-1 the count on Michael. Swing and a miss out in front of that off-speed pitch. He's really utilizing that pitch. His fastball, what, 90, 91?
90 to 92 miles an hour on his fastball with good movement. But, you know, one of the things I was talking about last inning, Rick, is now it's time for the Mariner hitters to make an adjustment to what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he's really gotten away from his fastball. Some of the Mariners had some pretty good swings on it early, and he's really gone soft with it. And you almost have to just put the fastball out of your mind and either sit on the changeup or the breaking ball, because that's what he's doing. You look, 50% of his pitches are fastballs. That is a really low number.
Low and inside on Saunders for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Typically, that percentage is going to be somewhere between 70 to 80%. Fastballs, yes. Cliff Lee was upwards of 85, and Felix is usually around that 72 range. But that's a low number at 50%.
Now the 2-2 to Saunders. That's low and inside, ball 3. Full count 3-2. And with his fastball at 89 to 91, if he if you're looking for that off-speed pitch, Mike, and you get the fastball, you can still fight it off and do something with it.
You should be able to probably fight it off. But I think if you want to put a good swing, because his changeup is a plus pitch for him, if you want to handle that pitch, you have to look for it, right? You have to get off the fastball completely. And sometimes tip your hat. If he throws a fastball and you're not expecting it and he throws it on a corner, tip your hat and walk away, because right now your better chance is to sit on some of these off-speed pitches because he's throwing so many of them.
Retired 12 batters in a row since the 2-out walk to Branyan in the first inning. Fly ball left center field on the run. Granderson and Gardner. It is going to be Gardner right in front of the warning track to make the catch for out number 3. And that is 13 in a row retired by Javier Vasquez tonight after 5. Yankees lead 1-0.
Now the Mariners just need a hit in this game to score some runs, but absolutely.
1-0 Yankees. So those fans are happy. They got your rally fries.
Okay, thanks.
Mark Teixeira leading things off here in the top half of the 6th inning. And folks, we have a very special guest up here in the telecasting booth. Jake Locker from the University of Washington, the outstanding quarterback from the Huskies. How you doing, kid?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I like that first pitch. You threw a great fastball, about 95 for a strike to Sean Kelly.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I didn't know that it was quite that fast, but I was just happy to get over the plate and make it there without any hop.
Well, good for you. It's great to have you here. You got to be excited about the upcoming events here the next few weeks to get ready for another season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We got a good opportunity in front of us. I think we got a good staff and a lot of good players in the right positions, and make a run at it.
Inside on Mark Teixeira, visiting with quarterback Jake Locker from the University of Washington. I feel honored because I've got 2 Husky greats here. Mike Blowers, who started a few years ago before you got there, Jake. And of course, you're still there. Popped up on a play on the third base side, and it's still 1-2 on Teixeira. What are the prospects this year for the football team?
I think we have a lot of guys returning. We lost 4 total offensive defense. We have 18 to 22 starters returning. So we'll have a lot of experience, a lot of guys who know what to expect Saturday when we step on the field. And we got, like I said, a coaching staff that has brought in a system that everybody's bought into. And so I think that you're going to see a team that plays really hard, is on the same page, understands what they're doing, and does everything they can to win. So,
well, good luck this year. 2-2 on Teixeira. Ground ball out to the second baseman, Sean Figgins scoops it up, and it gets Teixeira at first. 1 down.
You get out to the ballpark much?
Yeah, I really enjoy watching games. I haven't got as many as I would have liked to this year, but it's always good when you get the opportunity to come out and watch one of the games.
You were an outstanding baseball player in high school, weren't you?
I played.
A lot of pitching, or?
No, I pitched, but not really pitched. I threw, I guess, and I played in the outfield and infield. So yeah.
Here's Alex Rodriguez. 1 out, nobody on, and he takes ball 1. Now, you signed a contract with the Angels, right? How's that working out?
It's something like when we went into the contract, I was up front with them, told them football was what I wanted to do, where my heart was, and they understood that and drafted me knowing that. So
A-Rod sends a fly ball deep to right field. Ichiro leaps up at the top of the wall, and he makes the catch. Just enough room at the top of the Boeing sign in right. 2 outs for the Yankees here in the top half of the 6th inning. Nice catch by Ichiro.
Well, Ichiro does such a good job all the time of knowing where the wall is. You see so many outfielders go for that jump, and they'll rub up against the wall and not get high enough, but a nice play for Ichiro. Felix certainly likes it.
So 2 outs for the Yankees. A chance to take one back. And here is Robinson Cano. Nice catch.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Like to see that kind of stuff.
Well, you said that the summer goes quick. What does Jake Locker do in the summer, and how much time do you spend with your teammates, if any time at all?
Yeah, well, it's really busy for us. It's probably the most important season for us as far as getting ready for the season. So we work out in the mornings, throw in the afternoons, spend time watching film in between. And, try and get together with each other on the weekends and at nights. And, it goes so fast that it seems like, like I said, we're a month away. So it seems like it goes by pretty fast, but it's very enjoyable.
Back to the mound, taken by Felix. Little toss over to Smoke at first base. And that will retire the side. Cano is out, number 3. Jake Locker, thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Great to finally meet you. Good luck, okay?
Great to meet you guys. Great to visit with you.
Quarterback Jake Locker out of the University of Washington. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees lead it by a score of 1-0. Go field as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees lead by a score of 1-0. Rick Riz along with Mike Blowers, our associate director up here in the booth, Robbie Nielsen. Mariners still looking for their first hit off of Vasquez, and there's a strike. 0-1. He's been using that changeup, that slow curveball. He has retired 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 in a row since Russell Brainen's 2-out walk back in the bottom of the 1st inning. Outside for ball 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Rob had a nice at bat. He ended up flying out to the center field, but he gave it a pretty good ride, hit the ball hard. These guys, they need to get something going again, whether it's a walk, a hit bat, or something to get some guys on base and maybe get him in the stretch to mix him up, because he's on a pretty good run right now.
Mariners only one run last night, lost 6-1, and they had only one run the night before, losing 3-1. They scored a lot of runs in New York, Mike. They won by scores of 7-4 and 7-0. Back at it, dropped by Cano, recovers the throw to first, and he still had time. One out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 14 in a row retired by Vasquez.
Actually, a little bit surprised to see Cano mishandle this ball on the backhanded play. One of the better second basemen in the big leagues, but he doesn't panic at all. He has a really good arm. And able to throw Rob out by about a half a step. We talked about Rob before, a good athlete, runs well for a catcher, but Robinson Cano, the all-star, no panic in him, Rick.
No, not at all. And you have that luxury. If you do make a little bit of a bobble, you still have some time. Here's Jack Wilson, and he takes a strike. 0-1. Jack is 0 for 1. He has grounded out to Pena, getting the start at shortstop tonight for Derek Jeter, who has the night off. 0-2 the count. So the Mariners now with one all-star representative Ichiro, because Cliff Lee, who made the all-star team, is going to go now as a Texas Ranger. He started tonight for the Rangers and had a rough time, but he went all the way in that start against Baltimore. Chris Tillman was outstanding. He had a no-hitter through 6 innings for the Orioles against Texas. They won this evening in Texas 6-1. Didn't go. Ball 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wilson. But once again, Mike, another complete game for Cliff Lee.
I think that's one of the things that the Rangers are looking for him to do. It's going to help their bullpen in the heat in Texas. I know things didn't go well for him tonight, but again, pitching in Philly last year in a small ballpark, he'll figure things out. He'll be just fine.
On a play on the first base side, and the count is still 1-2 on Wilson. So that was the big story yesterday. The Mariners traded away Cliff Lee and Mark Lowe to the Texas Rangers for Justin Smoke. He's here tonight in uniform in the ball game, playing first base. And there he is from Goose Creek, South Carolina. A lot going through that kid's mind right now.
I think so. It's been a rough 24 hours, especially for somebody 23. You know, somebody that had just signed really just a couple of years ago. You expect to be with that organization your whole career, and all of a sudden you're traded away. It's a little bit of a shock to the system, especially kids know it too when they're in the minor leagues. When you're a first-round pick like he was, you expect to be with that organization. So when something like this happens,
it's a shock.
It's a shock. There's a lot going on, and I'm sure after this game he'll sleep well tonight.
2-2. Swing and a miss out in front of the off-speed pitch for Steve Wright. 3. Strikeout number 6 for Javier Vasquez. 2 outs for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Vasquez having the hitters reach for this pitch, Mike.
That's another breaking ball from him, and he's basically gone to his breaking ball and changeup again. All those pitches away from Jack, either on the outside corner or off the plate just a little bit, but nothing in the middle of the plate.
15 in a row retired by Vasquez. 2 outs, and here is Ichiro. On 1. I think the hardest thing ahead for Justin Smoke starting tonight is trying to do too much right away. You know, you want to impress your new ball club, you want to impress your new fans here at the ballpark. Line drive, foul on the left field side, and the count is 0-2.
Well, I think again it's kind of a lot like the way the players would feel on opening day. You're amped up probably more than usual, and you have to find a way to calm down a little bit. And I'm sure he's tired, although he probably doesn't feel it at this point.
Up and in on Ichiro for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Talking about amped up, I was talking with David Pauly in the clubhouse this afternoon. He made a heck of a start last night.
They found out about the start on what, about 3:30 yesterday afternoon.
And he came to the ballpark. Of course, didn't know about the trade until it finally happened. Rick Adair came up to him and said, "You're pitching tonight against the Yankees, by the way." And he said he was a little amped up at the start of the game, but man, did he settle down and then retired 13 in a row.
A nice slider, good sinking fastball.
Line drive off of Vasquez, retrieves, throws the first low, off the glove up to Shera. And that is going to be a base hit. So Ichiro with the first hit off of Javier Vasquez, and I mean off of Vasquez. And it comes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Had the no-no for 5 2/3.
And I bet right now he's more disappointed to see what he was doing, which was a no-hitter. You see this pitch right back to him. Gets the heel of his glove, and he actually has time to make a play on Ichiro, but he rushes the throw, throws it in the dirt. Teixeira, a good first baseman, can't pick it up out of the dirt, and Ichiro beats it out, and that is a base hit, a line drive.
Right off the old breadbasket, but he got the glove up in time to knock it down. There's that low throw. Teixeira trying to make the pick at first base.
And you could tell that if he picked it, Ichiro wasn't quite to the base yet.
So Ichiro on at first base with the first hit for the Mariners tonight, coming with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Tying runners at first base. Here is Sean Figgins. 1-0 Yankees. Figgins shows bunt, and he takes a stride going one. Again, another off-speed pitch.
I don't think he was going to bunt. Alex is playing in on the grass. There's the hole over on the right side, and with all the off-speed pitches that Vasquez is throwing, it'd be easy to pull the ball to the right side and get a base hit if he wanted to.
Over to first base here, Ichiro back to the bag. Here's a look at that play one more time, Mike.
Well, you can see Vasquez hustling over, knows Ichiro's fast, and you can see when it hits Teixeira's glove, Ichiro a step away from the bag, so he would have definitely thrown him out if he'd have made a better throw. Nice try by Teixeira.
Yeah, good throw would have got him. 1 on, 2 outs. Fouled away behind the plate, and the count is 0-2. And now Vasquez wants to talk things over with his young catcher, Francisco Cervelli. With a count 0-2 on Figgins. Here's a look at his pitch count. It's up to 87, Mike, for the game. The Mariners made him work in the first inning through 22.
He threw 113 pitches in New York to get through 6 innings.
Mariners won that game 7-0 behind the 2-hit pitching of Felix Hernandez at Yankee Stadium. Over to first, you get Ichiro back to the bag. Vasquez, 13 years in the major leagues, Mike, and he's never been on the disabled list.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It's something. Another move to first base.
That's something every manager would appreciate, knowing that every 5th day the guys that they have in there, they're going to take the ball and toe the rubber, and you don't see that very often.
And that's outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You take a look at the leaders over the last 10 years in each pitch, games started, strikeouts. This guy's name is on that list near the top because he takes the ball every 5 days. 15 wins last year in Atlanta, had a 2.87 ERA, made 32 starts. A.J. Burnett on your left and Phil Hughes on your right. Hughes got the win last night. He's now 11-2. Worked most of last season out of the bullpen. Made 7 starts last year. Outside on Figgins. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Back towards the breaking ball a couple of times on Figgins and miss off the plate away.
With that off-speed pitch, if you get something you can handle, Mike, you try to hit it back up the middle.
I think with the way this is going on, that's absolutely correct. I think you have to stay back long enough and let the ball get deep in the zone. And if you do that, a lot of times it'll keep you from chasing a lot of the pitches that he's throwing off the plate. If you're anxious and you want to get after the fastball, with him throwing all this other stuff, you're going to see a lot of ground balls that are pulled. Guys are going to roll over those pitches, or weak fly balls the other way.
There goes Ichiro, fouled away down the left field side by Figgins. So the Mariners sending Ichiro on that 2-2 pitch, heads on back to first base. And if Figgins can get a pitch up and in, that he could drive maybe into that open gap in right center field with Ichiro running, a chance to tie the game up. Anderson is shaded toward left center. Little pop up down the left field side, shallow. It's up and down in a hurry. Into the crowd though, and out of play. No chance for A-Rod, and it's still 2-2. Right now, a 6-pitch at bat for Sean Figgins, making Vasquez work here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Mariners trying to stamp a 5-game losing streak. They've dropped 8 of their last 9 games. Meantime, the Yankees have won 7 in a row. Swing and a foul back behind home plate, and the count is still 2-2 on Figgins. The speeds of Vasquez's pitches in this at bat to Figgins.
And even so, 7 pitches, only 2 fastballs in this at bat.
Over to first, and Ichiro dives back safely. You're right, Mike. You got to go up there looking for something off speed because you're going to get it.
Yeah, you are.
15 in a row retired by Vasquez until the base hit by Ichiro. Here in the 6th. Now too much time for Figgins, and he calls time, and he backs out of the box. Nice crowd tonight here at Safeco for Game 3 of the 4-game series with the Yankees. And time is called. Cervelli goes out to the mound to talk things over with Vasquez. Mike, when you were up there and you had a long at bat, you fouled away pitch after pitch after pitch. Now you're thinking, okay, what is he going to throw? You see the catcher go out there to talk things over. What are they talking about to try to get me out with this next pitch?
That's exactly right. And I think the only thing that you can think about is maybe because he was shaking so many pitches off, it was location. And maybe this was one time where he was going to try to pop a fastball inside and surprise him. That would be my thought process. And then Cervelli goes out there, and I think he probably talked him into going back to what's been working this game. Let's not try to get too tricky here. He's set up inside. Breaking ball.
Popped up. Shallow center field. Coming in, Granderson. Covers a lot of ground. Granderson is there to make the catch for out number 3. No runs. The Mariners finally have a hit. And after 6 innings of play, the Yankees lead 1-0. Yankees leading by a score of 1-0 on a home run by Nicky Swisher. Curtis Granderson leading off the 7th inning. He's 0 for 2 against Felix. What a duel between Felix Hernandez and Javier Vasquez. Line drive, base hit, right center field for Granderson. Up in the ball is Ichiro to keep Granderson right there at first base.
Curtis Granderson jumping on the first pitch from Felix. Hits it hard back up the middle. Felix, something he's done a pretty good job of this year, I think, is holding runners close. Grander's somebody that can obviously run. He'll steal some bases if you don't pay attention. But Felix has done a nice job of doing that this year, giving Rob every opportunity to throw the runners out.
Which he did. And got Brett Gardner there in the top half of the first inning. Great strike down to Jack Wilson. He was able to pick that throw and get the tag on Gardner. Colin Curtis, a hit from Issaquah. Here's the toss to first to get Granderson back to the bag. That kind of sends a message when it happens in the first inning. Don't run on.
Yeah, it does. Although Gardner took off again. You know, but I think the guys, and he's not somebody that you would necessarily worry about because Gardner steals a lot of bases, 25 stolen bases coming in. Those kind of guys are going to keep running anyways. But what you do is the guys that are kind of borderline, you shut them down. They're not going to try it. Once they see him get thrown out, the rest of them will shut it down.
Well, that first base coach, he has the clock. He's got the time with Felix. He's got the time with Johnson's throw down to second base. Fellas, not going to happen. Curtis pops one up into left field. Michael Saunders waits underneath. He's there, and he's got it. One away. Say on Friday, July 23rd, when the Mariners and the Red Sox continue their series, donate your old cell phone and accessories to the Verizon Wireless Hope Line cell phone drive to support local shelters and victims of domestic violence. Collection boxes will be stationed at all gates as well as guest services locations around Safeco Field. 1 on, 1 away, 1-0 Yankees, top of inning number 7. And here is catcher Francisco Cervelli. Cervelli 0 for 2 has bounced out twice. Over to first, and that'll get Granderson back to the bag. You still got to watch Granderson, even though Felix is quick to the plate, even though Johnson has a strong arm. Granderson has 7 steals, but he spent a lot of time in the DL back in May. The guy can run. Look at that. 7 steals. Hasn't been caught stealing this year. Inside, Cervelli started to walk into it. Backed away. Ball 1.
You saw Felix throw some pitches inside to Alex, and it really opened up the outer half of the plate to Alex with the breaking ball. He has a good breaking ball today. I think his breaking ball has been better than his changeup. Move a hitter off the plate, you get a chance to get some outs away.
There goes Granderson, but it's fouled away up the third base side by Cervelli. The count 1-1, and Granderson was taken off and heads on back to first base. Yeah, he really broke out that curveball, Mike, in the third and the fourth. That thing has so much bite to it, quick break to it. One on, 1 away. 1-0 New York.
There it is.
All right, yeah. Uncle Charlie.
I mean, that breaking ball, as you look at it on the tracer, is right in the middle of the plate. But Cervelli, because it started at him, he has such a hard breaking ball. He buckles a little bit. He'll move off the plate, and by the time he recognizes the pitch, it's too late, and he takes it for a strike.
Fouls went off his foot, and the count is still 1-2 on Cervelli. Of all the guys that you face, who had the best curveball?
The best curveball. Mark Langston. Yeah. But that was a little bit different because I was a right-handed hitter and he was a left-handed pitcher. The pitch would start out away from me, so it was a little bit easier to handle. But probably right-handed. I'll tell you, he had a really good curveball that was right-handed. Pitch for the Mariners, Eric Hansen.
Oh, yeah. And a swing and a miss by Cervelli for strike 3. 2 outs for the Yankees. Here in the top half of the 7th inning, that is strikeout number 5 for Felix Hernandez. 1 on, 2 outs. Let's take a look at our Quest high-speed pitch, brought to you by Quest High-Speed Internet. Felix's fastball topping out at 96 tonight. Javier Vasquez's fastball at 91. There is shortstop Ramiro Pena. Yeah, Eric Hansen had a great curveball.
Yes.
Way up close at third base is Lopez. Over to first. Granderson again back to the bag.
Well, Felix has overpowered Pena today. He hasn't even messed around with. He's gone right at him with some fastballs, striking him out a couple of times. Probably a good idea. He probably doesn't feel too good about it going to the batter's box, and if Lopez is back, he probably would take a shot at getting ahead, even though there's 2 outs, trying to bunt the ball. This way you take that away from him.
And he sends a little fly ball into left center field. Going back, though, is Saunders, and Michael is there to make the catch for out number 3. No runs, a hit, and a man left on. 7th inning stretch time. We go to the bottom of the 7th tonight here at Safeco. It's the Yankees 1 and the Mariners nothing. Here in Seattle, 1-0 Yankees lead on that home run by Nick Swisher. Russell the Muscle Branyan will lead things off, followed by Jose Lopez and Franklin Gutierrez. To give you an idea how tough Vasquez has been tonight, as you take a look at Branyan does in and around the strike zone. Vasquez has given up only 1 hit. That came with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Ichiro hit a line drive right back at him off his glove. He recovered, low throw to first. They called it a base hit. And the only other base runner was Russell Branyan back in the 1st inning with a walk. So only 2 base runners tonight against Vasquez. Checked swing by Branyan, did not go, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
And that's really the amazing thing with the way that he has pitched today is you start moving along in the game and you're not giving up any hits and you're protecting a 1-run lead like he has. Typically you'll walk more hitters, Rick. You get to where you're just more careful. And maybe that's what's happening here as he goes 3-0 to start Russell Branyan here in the 7th inning. But you see that. So far he hasn't done that, as you mentioned. And the hitter that he walked was Russell Branyan, but that was all the way back in the 1st inning.
He's thinking, I've got a 1-run lead. I don't want to walk the leadoff guy. And now he's 3-0 on Branyan. And he gets one in there for a strike, and it's now 3-1. But if you make a mistake to this guy, you've got yourself a tie game. Branyan has hit safely in 9 of 10 since coming over from Cleveland with 3 of his 13 home runs.
Change-up, you think? Breaking
Good
ball.
chance.
Fastball. Jammed it.
Fly ball, right field line, on the run. Colin Curtis, and it's a foul ball. Right at that little angle of seats that jut out toward the line. So Vasquez trying to sneak the fastball on by Branyan, broke his bat and the count full.
I think Russell was probably thinking the same thing. He's seen so many off-speed pitches, probably looking for the changeup. A well-located fastball inside breaks his bat.
What's the rule? If you see a pitch 3-1, you may see it again 3-2, or does this guy go in a different direction?
So far, he's gone in a different direction. The only thing that he's really doubled up, although he's back in there again.
Fly ball into right center field, not deep at all, over Curtis Granderson. Gets there in plenty of time to make the catch as Branyan flies out. 1 away. Say, visit the official online shop of the Mariners at Mariners.com. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the entire family. Get your gear from the official source. The Mariners.com shop, accept no substitutes. Here's third baseman Jose Lopez. Jose 0 for 2 on the night. Fouls one away. 0-1.
Damaso Marte getting loose for the Yankees. Vasquez at 100 pitches here in the 7th.
He's coming off a good outing, Mike, his last time out on July the 5th down in Oakland. Won 3-1, went 7 innings. Chopper over the mound, out behind the bag at second, and into center field, a base hit. So Jose Lopez with a 1-out single here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Only the second hit off of Vasquez tonight, and the Mariners have the tying run aboard.
And this is just a well-placed ground ball. It gets by Vasquez on the mound, and Pena, the shortstop, was playing over in the hole, tries to range back up the middle. I think even if he gloves that, so much momentum going into right field, Lopez probably beats it out. I doubt he would have been able to get anything on the throw.
Yeah.
This would be a good time for Franklin Gutierrez to break out of it, Rick.
Right now, 0 for his last 23. He has flied out twice tonight. Once to Gardner in left, the other time to Granderson in center. The outfield for the Yankees about straight away. Strike one, they count. And Gutierrez with some success against Vasquez coming into tonight's game. 4 out of 12. One of the 4 hits a home run.
And you can see from that last graphic, doing a nice job first pitch strikes for Vasquez, 17 out of 23 batters. I get 18 out of 24 now.
A little outside for ball 1-1-1. And Mike, the other thing that Vasquez is doing, he's taking care of the leadoff batter every inning. That'll keep you out of trouble. Skipper Joe Girardi, 3rd year as the manager of the Yankees. He'll be the American League skipper at the Midsummer Classic coming up on Tuesday night in Anaheim. Runner goes, little hit run, line drive, left field, base hit. Lopez down to second, and that slump is over for Gutierrez. Forget about the 0 for 23. Line drive, base hit to left field for Franklin. And now the Mariners have runners at first and second with 1 out.
And that's a big relief for Franklin. He gets a pitch to hit. This one in the middle of the strike zone, hits it hard into left field. Solid line drive base hit for Gutierrez.
Now the Mariners have the tying run aboard at second. The go-ahead run is on at first base. Back-to-back singles. And here is first baseman Justin Smoak.
Yeah, I'm sure that Justin, sitting on the bench after his first 2 at-bats, thought about that changeup a lot, Rick. That's what he's seen. He's seen a lot of changeups in this game.
He's fanned twice, and now he's a chance to do some damage. 8 home runs over with the Rangers. 34 runs batted in, and he takes a strike. Going 1, says home plate umpire Lance Barksdale. Smoak thought it was down and away.
Well, borderline strike.
Peak of the crowd tonight here at Safeco Field, and a look at the base runners. Lopez and Gutierrez at second and first. And a swing and a miss, and again there's that off-speed pitch, and it's 0-2 on Smoak.
And that's the adjustment that has to be made. You know, a lot of people talking about this young man is at this level, at the major league level. That's the difference between him tearing it up in the minor leagues here. Is they will throw the changeup, they will throw off-speed pitches. They find something, they're going to stay to it until you find a way to make him get off of that pitch.
You've seen a lot of off-speed pitches. And another one, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Vasquez fanning Smoak 3 times tonight, so 2 down for the Mariners here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And then a strikeout number 7 for Vasquez. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. The Mariners with one more game before the break with these Yankees coming up tomorrow afternoon. Then we have the All-Star break. Midsummer Classic Tuesday night in Anaheim, and then we'll be in Anaheim for 4, where the Angels Mariners get back home July the 19th against the White Sox. 2 on, 2 outs. Here's Michael Saunders. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's been the thinking, Mike, of Javier Vasquez tonight with the off-speed pitches. Ball one. Saunders has popped to short. He's also flied out to Gardner in left field. Here's where the Mariners have really struggled on this homestand, hitting with runners in scoring position over the last 5 games, in which the Mariners have gone 0-5. They are 5-35 with runners in scoring position. Throw it down to second base, and it bounces in. Pena, the shortstop, had to tackle the ball. Lopez was way off the bag.
He was very fortunate. Lopez trying to get a big secondary lead so he can score if there is a base hit. And they put a play on to throw it down there. And it's a poor throw by Cervelli and a nice play by Pena to keep it in the infield. But you can see how far Lopez is. And he's in no man's land.
And a good throw gets him. But Cervelli heaved it down there, and it bounced in, and Pena was able to knock it down. So Cervelli and Vasquez talk it over with a count 2-0 on Michael Saunders. Remember the night in New York where Saunders hit the 2 home runs in 1 game against the Yankees. Right now just looking for a base hit. Strike 2 and 1.
And he went back to the pitch that's treated him well tonight, the changeup on a 2-0 count.
He's thrown it all night long in any count, behind in the count.
And the impressive thing is he's able to throw it for a strike like he just did, or he can bury it. And when he throws in the dirt, he's doing that on purpose, like that, trying to keep the ball down.
And he falls behind. Saunders now at 3 balls and a strike. You saw David Robertson warming up down to the bullpen. Bullpen coach Mike Harkey. Here's the pitch count for Vasquez. He has thrown 18 pitches here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He's hit 111 pitches for the night. That's why Robertson is warming up down to the bullpen. 2 on, 2 away. Best scoring opportunity for the Mariners. First time they've had 2 guys on in the same inning. 1-0 Yankees on the home run by Swisher. Rob Johnson due up next. But Michael Saunders with the count in his favor. 3 balls, 1 strike. Lopez at second. Gutierrez on at first base. And it's up and in. Ball 4. Ball. Yes, I got ball 4. Is that 3? That's ball 4. Saunders is still standing there. I've got ball 4. Saunders has just walked, but he's still up there at home plate. It should be ball 4. Now Don Wakamatsu's coming out to talk with the home plate umpire Lance Barksdale, saying, hey, that was a 3-1 pitch. The scoreboard shows 3-2, but that was a 3-1 pitch. Unless there was a mistake a couple of pitches ago, there was a strike and the count was 2-2. And it looks like that's the case.
That's what it had to be. I had it 3-1 also, Rick.
So the scoreboard was off, and I really didn't see an offensive call by.
But now Lopez can take off on the pitch. That's kind of an advantage for the Mariners if he can get a hit, because now you get the runners in motion. We saw Lopez earlier getting the big secondary lead. He won't have to get that lead now because he can start running and not have to worry about him throwing behind him on a 3-2 count with 2 outs. So it's really a nice advantage that he missed with that last pitch for the Mariners.
So he fouls it away. The count is still 3-2 with 2 outs. He'll take off one more time. Lopez and Gutierrez at second and first base. And the runners go. It is low, and that is ball 4. So Michael Saunders walks, and the Mariners have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And here comes Joe Girardi out of the dugout. He's going to go down to the bullpen to get David Robertson. And that is it for the veteran right-hander Javier Vasquez. Mariners have the tying run at third. The go-ahead run is on at second. 1-0 Yankees. Wait a second. He hasn't made the call yet for Robertson. And he's going to stay with Vasquez. So Javier Vasquez will hang in there. He has thrown 114 pitches. And we got a pinch hitter for Rob Johnson. Milton Bradley, who's been out the last couple of days with a sore knee, will pinch hit for Johnson. So Bradley, a switch hitter, will bat from the left side. How about this set of events, Mike?
Well, Vasquez was throwing such a nice game. He's only given up 3 hits in the game and 114 pitches. And Joe went out there. How do you feel? I feel great. Okay, it's your game. Go get him.
And here is Bradley to step in to hit for Rob Johnson. A runner at every base with 2 down. Bradley swinging a foul on the third base side, and it's 0-1. Broke his bat on the swing. Jose Lopez on at third, the tying run. Franklin Gutierrez represents the go-ahead run at second. Michael Saunders, heck of an at bat with the walkies on at first base. Mariners starting for a clutch base hit on this homestand. Need one right now. You've got to score some runs to beat this ball club. They're trying to back Felix Hernandez tonight. And it's in on Bradley for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bradley hitting .211, 8 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Lopez single, Gutierrez single with 2 outs. Saunders drew the walk. The second one given up by Vasquez. Line drive, center field, and it should be caught by the shortstop Pena. Just a soft looping line drive. Ramiro Pena had time to go back into shallow center field to make the catch, and Vasquez works out of a bases loaded jam. After 7 innings of play, Yankees still lead 1-0. One nothing Yankees. Top half of the 8th inning. Leading it off is Brett Gardner, and he takes a look at ball 1. The Mariners had the bases loaded. Could not score the bottom of the 7th inning. Pinch hitter Milton Bradley, that soft line drive up the middle. Pena, the shortstop, had a chance to get there. 2 hopper to short, up to the ball. Easy play for Jack Wilson, and 1 out for the Yankees here in the top of the 8th inning. brings up Nick Swisher. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Seattle Mariners. New catcher is Josh Bard replacing Rob Johnson. Johnson lifted for the pinch hitter Bradley in the bottom of inning number 7. We're in the 8th, 1-0 New York, and this is the guy that has driven in the only run of the ball game with a home run to right center field, Nick Swisher. He sends a fly ball to left field. Saunders waits underneath, and Kerplunk makes the catch. So 2 quick outs for Felix Hernandez here in the top of the 8th inning. And man, Mike, when you play the Yankees, you've got to score some runs, and the Mariners had a great opportunity there in the 7th.
Well, and the thing about it is they had their opportunity. They're 0 for 3 with men in scoring position, but the biggest thing is you have Felix going. You're on a little bit of a slide here. The Yankees win the first 2. You have your guy on the mound, and he has performed. He's done exactly what you want to do. The one solo home run is the only run he's given up as he pitches here with 2 outs in the 8th inning. You have to give him some sort of support.
Pitching his heart out tonight. Looking for some sort of backing offensively. There's a strike on Mark Teixeira, and the count is 0-1. Teixeira 1 for 3 with a single back in the first inning to right field. Ground ball, base hit into right field again, this time in the 8th inning. So with 2 outs, the Yankees have a man aboard. Say, friends, experience one of the downtown Seattle's unique neighborhoods, the West Edge, home to the Seattle Art Museum, Royal Hall, Pike Place Market, and more. There's something for everyone. Visit downtownseattle.com to plan your trip. Beautiful look at downtown Seattle. 1-2 away, and here is Alex Rodriguez. Yes, there's a number of boos when Alex comes up the home plate, but Mike, there's one huge Alex Rodriguez fan in Kashmir, Washington. Alex takes inside for ball 1. Her name, Pamela Altazan. Years ago, we had a promotion.
I was there.
Anybody hits for the cycle, somebody wins $1 million. Alex Rodriguez, remember, hit for the cycle at Tiger Stadium, had a double down the right field line. His 4th hit to complete the cycle. Pamela Altazan, big A-Rod fan, won $1 million bucks. Swing and a miss by Alex. 1-1 to count. A-Rod is 1 for 3 tonight with a single to center field back in the 4th inning. A-Rod had the big hit for the Yankees a couple of nights ago in the 9th inning. 2-run single to break up a 1-1 tie. And a strike is called. 1-2 the count on A-Rod. Felix Hernandez 5 strikeouts tonight. Down and away, ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Felix now at 98 pitches. Nobody up and throwing in the Mariner pen.
One strong kid out of Valencia, Venezuela, signed at the age of 16 back in July of 2002. In the dirt, nice job by Josh Bard to block the pitch and keep Teixeira at first base. Full count on Alex Rodriguez, but now with 2 outs, Teixeira is going to be taken off and time is called. Bard goes out to the mound. I have a talk with Felix along with third baseman Jose Lopez. What's Jose wanting to find out from Felix, Mike, here?
Probably what this next pitch is going to be. I think, because if he's going to throw a fastball, it plays straight up. But if he's going to throw his changeup or something inside, he wants to be able to lean a little bit. He's playing deep over at third. But you'd really like to have an idea if Felix has such a good changeup. If he throws it, Alex probably pulls it foul or right down the line.
Runner goes, the pitch down and away for ball 4. So A-Rod draws the walk, and now the Yankees have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Tonight's pin attendance 42,558. They have seen a well-pitched game. Felix has gone all the way Javier Vasquez has gone 7 innings. He's thrown 117 pitches.
Now he has one of the best hitters in the American League in Robinson Cano at the plate. And last time up, first pitch fastball to Cano, ended up getting a base hit in the hole.
Some kind of tough hitter right here. Robinson Cano. 1 for 2. Fouls it away on the third base side, and the count is 0-1. What I like about Cano, Mike, is that he's aggressive early in the count. He's looking for something. First pitch, second pitch, he's going to let the bat fly.
He wants to hit the fastball. That last pitch was a fastball, but it was good on a couple of things. One, it was 95 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Two, it was buried inside on his hands, and he couldn't get around on it. But that's what Cano's strength is. He wants to jump on a fastball early in the count if he can. There's another one.
Pops it up, fouled it out of play, and the count is 0-2.
Same location. That one 96 miles an hour. Even though Felix has thrown over 100 pitches now, plenty of gas left in the tank for him.
Still a lot of giddy up on that fastball. He's got that two-seamer that can drop down and away from a left-handed hitter. There's a look at the base runners. Teixeira and A-Rod. Teixeira at second, A-Rod at first. 1-0 Yankees. And now Bart's going to go out there after throwing out some signs to talk things over. Yankees last year won 103 games, winning the American League East by 8 games. Already with 55 wins right before the break. The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? Pitch down and in. The appeal down to the third base umpire. That's Ron Culpa. He didn't go. Ball 1.
It's a hard breaking ball down in the dirt. He'll lead with his hands, but where's the barrel? I think he's okay there.
Kept it
not
back.
a swing.
Felix trying to get out of some trouble here in the top of the 8th inning. Keep it 1-0. The 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Making a foul tip into the glove of Bard. That'll retire the side. He strikes out Robinson Cano. Strikeout number 6. And the Yankees lead 2-1. Cano pleading his case. Here's a look at it.
He's saying it hit the ground, and it did.
It did.
He has a legitimate argument.
Mariners get a break right there. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 Yankees. inning. That's it for Javier Vasquez, Mike, as Jabba Chamberlain takes over in relief.
Take a look at the 117 pitches, probably half of those off-speed pitches, breaking balls and changeups. Really did a nice job. Only 2 walks for him.
So Jabba Chamberlain takes over. Here are the numbers for Jabba.
36 in the 3rd innings, pitched 40 strikeouts. He has given up 1 home run so far this year. Opponent's average 273.
So Chamberlain on in relief to face Jack Wilson, Ichiro, and Sean Figgins. Robinson Cano striking out for the final out in the top of the 8th inning on a foul ball that was in the dirt. The home plate umpire, Lance Barksdale, said that Bart caught it for the strikeout. Fly ball, shallow center field. That's going to drop in. A base hit for Jack Wilson. Leading off the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Mariners have the tying run aboard. So Wilson greets Chamberlain into the ball game with a base hit. Brings up Ichiro. Time now for our U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game. Ichiro with 2,147 career base hits. He got a base hit off of Vasquez in the 6th inning. He's 191st on the all-time hit list, just behind Yogi Berra with 2150.
And this is the first time the Mariners have had a leadoff hitter reach first base, and with Ichiro up, I'd like to see him bunt right here. Worst case scenario, you move Jack up to second, but with Ichiro's speed, he might end up beating it out anyways, or make them make an error. As you take a look at Alex playing in, no surprise there. They can make a play.
Let's see what Don Wakamatsu has in mind. And Ichiro shows bunt, and he takes a pitch outside from Chamberlain for ball 1. Here's a look at the in-game box score, brought to you by Jack in the Box. Ichiro has one of the few hits off of Vasquez, along with Lopez and Gutierrez, and now Jack Wilson has a base hit off of Chamberlain.
We saw Michael Saunders the other night. The infield crashing on through the Butcher Boy.
Yeah.
Turned out beautiful. Hit a line drive over the shortstop's head. Sometimes managers, if they have a veteran player like Ichiro is or Figgins that's on deck, they'll put that play on, leave it up to them to decide. And Alex is so close at 3rd.
Another move to first by Chamberlain, keeping an eye on Jack Wilson. Lee Tinsley going through the signs over at 3rd base for Ichiro and for Wilson. And Chamberlain steps off and a move to first base again.
On that last one, it looked like he's tired of throwing over there. The sign's coming from the dugout. He's ready to go.
Big kid out of Nebraska, Jabba Chamberlain. Wilson going, swinging a line drive down the left field line, foul. Wilson taking off with a pitch,
hit and run.
Count is even on Ichiro as Wilson makes his way back to first base. Cervelli and Chamberlain talked it over. Look how close A-Rod is at 3rd base. Getting closer and closer. I think Ichiro likes that.
Opens up a lot of holes for him.
Yeah. Runner goes. Fouled away again behind home plate this time. The count is 1-2 on Ichiro.
It's nice for Don Wakamatsu to be able to put a hit and run on. A lot of times you try to get the hitter in a count where you think he's going to get a strike to hit, but with Ichiro, he has such good bat control. He hits balls that are down, up, off the plate. He'll at least get a piece of it most of the time, so you minimize the risk by sending the runner.
So either going to foul it off or put the ball in play, and now with 2 strikes, A-Rod is back. Wilson stays. One hop back to the mound. Chamberlain to second for 1. The relay to first, not in time. They get the force on Jack Wilson at second base. Chamberlain to Pena, the shortstop. But Ichiro safe at first on a 1-6 fielder's choice.
And the difference is this: is Chamberlain throws the ball a little bit wide. Pena didn't get much on the throw. Ichiro barely beats it out.
one away, down 1-0 to the Yankees, and here's second baseman Sean Figgins. Mariners have had some base runners, Mike, the last few innings. Kind of sparse the first 5 innings against Vasquez. Line drive the other way to left field for a base hit. That'll send Ichiro down to second. Figgins with a single to left field. The Mariners have runners at first and second with 1 out.
Figgins just fights this fastball off. Hits it off the label and ends up hitting a nice little flare into left field for a base hit.
Second hit for the Mariners off of Jamba Chamberlain here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And here comes Russell Brandon.
This will be an interesting matchup. Chamberlain likes his fastball. He likes going after guys. And Russell, he will turn the fan on if he gets a fastball to hit. A little bit different. He won't have to worry about the changeup quite as much as with Vasquez on the mound.
He threw a ton of them tonight. The Yankee starter throwing 117 pitches. Down and in.
Breaking ball.
Ball 1. Also looking for a first pitch fastball late on.
Well, he did, and then the reason why the difference for him is as opposed to a changeup throwing the breaking ball, he can pick up the spin of the breaking ball. And with the changeup, he's looking fastball, and he's getting all these changeups from Vasquez. It's a tougher pitch to identify as a hitter.
And there's a fastball at 96 for a strike, and the count is even on Russell at 1-1. Mariano Rivera down in the bullpen. Already with 20 saves on the year. That's up and in for ball 2, 2-1. The last, 16 years, Rivera has really shortened up games for the Yankees. Inside and all the way to the backstop it goes. Ichiro down to third. Figgins to second base on the wild pitch by Jamba Chamberlain. So the Mariners had 2 on in scoring position, and Brandon is up there with a count 3-1.
Dave Island, the pitching coach, will go out and have a conversation with Chamberlain at this point. You do have first base open. You don't have to get into him, but take a look at Cervelli set up on the outside corner. And Jamba pulls across his body, throws a 95-mile-an-hour fastball down and in. Cervelli just couldn't get there in time. You don't expect your pitcher to miss that badly with a fastball. Not much of a chance for Cervelli to knock it down.
Dave Island out to the mound and now turns around and heads on back to the dugout. So Brandon with a count 3-1.
And again, you still have first base open. You have a couple of right-handed hitters left on deck. You have Lopez and then Gutierrez behind him. And I'm sure that was the message that Island delivered to Chamberlain. Make a quality pitch here. If you walk him, that's okay.
Try and run at third.
Now he's going to put him on. There you go.
So they say forget about it. And there is ball 4. So they just put Brandon on with the intentional walk. And the Mariners, for the second inning in a row, have the bases loaded. 1 away. And here is Jose Lopez with a chance to do some damage.
And the Mariners again had the bases loaded last inning. Weren't able to score around the difference now, though, because it's just 1 out.
Lopez steps in. He had a base hit off of Vasquez with 1 out in the 7th inning. And that's down and away for ball 1. Slider from Chamberlain. Ichiro, Figgins, Brandon aboard. And that breaking ball is up high. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes.
And I think Cervelli took that away from Chamberlain. It looked to me like the home plate umpire, Lance Barksdale, was thinking about it, but when he stood up to catch it, he blocked his view, so he called it a ball. He saw it on the tracer right at the top of the zone, and that's a pitch that Barksdale has called tonight.
Well hit deep to left field. Going, gone. Goodbye, baseball. Over the hand operated scoreboard. Graham slam for Lopez this year. How about that?
Well, this is just good hitting by Lopez. When he missed with that second breaking ball, right now you're in a 2-0 count. You have the bases loaded in a one-run game. You can't afford to put him anywhere. Lopez figured he was going to get a fastball pitch up in the zone, and he tomahawked it out of here for a grand slam.
He got it. He got it out of here. Grand slam, home run, Jose Lopez. 4-1 Mariners. Franklin Gutierrez takes ball one. Line drive that just cleared the hand-operated scoreboard. There's a curtain call by Jose. Home run number 6 this year, and he's got 2 slams. Gutierrez pops one up, foul, first base side over Mark Teixeira. Some room, a lot of room, and he's there to make the catch.
Take a look at the pitch, the one we were talking about. It's up at the top of the strike zone, but watch the way Cervelli kind of stands up and keeps going. I think if he just sits there, he might get that call. And then we take a look at the fastball up, out over the plate at 95 miles an hour. And Lopez knew him when he hit it, but that's good hitting. He knew he was getting a fastball in that situation. It's tough to stay on top of this pitch. It's letter high, and he gives it a ride.
Here is Justin Smoke, and he takes a look at ball one. And here it is one more time. The grand slam home run to left field off the bat of Jose Lopez. With Ichiro, Figgins, and Branyan aboard. Lopez back to the dugout with Eric Bedard. Chamberlain now the pitcher of record. Swung on and popped up behind home plate by Smoke. As the count goes to 1-1. Justin Smoke looking for his first hit in a Mariner uniform. 0 for 3 on the night. Just arrived from the Texas Rangers today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Coming over in the Cliff Lee trade. Little chopper along the third base line. Picked up by Chamberlain. His throw to first. And it's in time to get Smoke for out number 3. But the Mariners on fire here finally in the bottom of the 8th inning. Get 4 on the grand slam home run swing by Jose Lopez. We go to the top of the 9th. Mariners 4, the Yankees 1. Jose Lopez has pumped up the volume here at Safeco Field with his second grand slam of the season. Curtis Granderson leading off the top of the 9th inning, and he takes ball 1. Felix Hernandez trying to go all the way for the second time this year against the Yankees. Mike, he's pumped up as well.
He is, and you look at the Yankees.
Well hit right center field. This one is going to get down for extra bases. All the way to the wall. Granderson to second, and he will check in there with a leadoff double. Felix has a little bit of breathing room, but you don't want to open up the door for the Yankees. Time for our Coors Light freeze cam. One on, nobody out for the Yankees here in the top of the ninth inning. That guy, grand slam home run, Jose Lopez. Here's Colin Curtis, a kid from Issaquah, and he takes inside, ball one. Pitch down to 107.
And as you look at the Yankees lineup, don't forget Joe Girardi still has Derek Jeter and Jorge Posada available to pinch hit if he chooses to do that. You're getting at the bottom of the order. Cervelli on deck, and then Pena, the young shortstop, hitting ninth for the Yankees.
Two big bats ready to go if Girardi needs them. Swinging a foul back into the upper deck, and on a play off the bat of Curtis. Jabba Chamberlain giving up the grand slam home run to Jose Lopez. He fell behind 2-0. Lopez looking for the fastball, got it, rode it out of here to left field for his 6th home run of the year. Swing and a miss. 1-2 on Curtis. Closer, David Ardsma, warming up down in the bullpen. Down and in, ball two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Talking with Colin Curtis in the clubhouse this afternoon. He said he left about 8 tickets for some family and friends. About 60 of his friends here at the ballpark tonight, going up on the east side. Granderson on it, second. Check swing, strike 3 called, down and looking. Curtis disagreeing with home plate umpire Lance Barksdale, but strikeout number 7 for Felix Hernandez. 1 out for the Yankees here in the 9th inning. Say, friends, ride and save on Sound Transit Sound or Train. For more information on schedules and routes, visit soundtransit.org.
And it will be Derek Jeter. He's going to pitch hit for Cervelli. And I can already see Jorge Posada down in the dugout with his bat ready to go, so he'll probably hit for Pena.
So here's the Yankee captain, Derek Jeter, out to hit for Francisco Cervelli. Felix Hernandez 2 outs away from a complete game win. Mariners lead the Yankees by a score of 4-1. Late inning rally in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Flashbulbs going off all over the place as Jeter takes a look at a strike, 0-1. Jeter 5 for 18 off of Felix Hernandez. Good breaking ball. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. And it's 1-1 on Jeter. .115 pitches for Felix Hernandez. Early this year threw 128, Mike, against the San Diego Padres. Chopper high in the air off the plate behind the mound. Going to be a tough play. Laying softly in front of Figgins for an infield base hit.
And now here comes Posada. He was already out on deck. So although Felix makes a good pitch, Jeter hits it off the plate. He ends up with a base hit.
Nothing Figgins or Wilson could do with that one. That was so high, Mike. It hit off the plate.
No, there's no play. There's no play. Jeter runs well. There is absolutely no play at all. Felix now with 114 pitches in the game, and he'll have to face Posada.
So here is Jorge Posada to bat for Ramiro Pena. He represents the tying run at home plate. On at third base is Granderson, and Derek Jeter is on at first base with 1 out. Ardsma still getting loose down to the bullpen. But Don Wakamatsu right now telling Felix, hey, it's your ball game. Ball gets loose out there, way out there in left center field. Franklin Gutierrez will go pick it up and toss it back into the bullpen. So we got a little bit of a delay here in the top of the 9th inning, but Felix looking for a ground ball to try to end this thing. Posada switch hitter batting from the left side.
Posada hitting .263 on the year. He has 9 home runs, 28 RBIs.
The runners get their leads. Posada takes strike one. $42,558. They have seen a dandy tonight, but they would like to see 2 more outs here in the top of the 9th inning. And that misses away for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike, and not by much.
That looks like a perfect pitch.
Man.
At this point in the game, Felix really would like to have that one. Posada does not run well, so if the Mariners end up with a ground ball, they should be able to turn 2.
Mike, that fastball was at 97. That's his highest velocity tonight. And that's down and in for ball 2, 2-1. And that was what on pitch 116 he threw 97. Granderson and Jeter aboard with 1 out. Mariners leading by a score of 4-1 with Posada pinch hitting for Pena. The 2-1 swing and a miss. 2-2.
Good changeup. His changeup is at 90 miles an hour rate. Really good movement on that pitch. Posada swings right over the top of it.
How many guys have a changeup at 90? I guess when you throw 97, you can. Infield looking for a ground ball. The 2-2 to Posada. And it's low and inside, and a mighty good stop right there by catcher Josh Bard to keep the double play in order. Ball 3, 3-2 on Posada.
Take a look at Josh Bard as he gets over and keeps this ball in front of him. Hard breaking ball. Almost hits Posada in the back foot. But a nice play by the veteran catcher Bard.
On deck is leadoff batter Brett Gardner. And it's never easy when you play this ball club. Joe Girardi looking on. Fouled away behind the plate by Posada. The count is still 3-2. That fastball was at 97. Felix's next pitch, number 120 on the night. 80 for strikes. He has pitched a beauty tonight against the Yankees. Runners again get their leads with 1 down, the 3-2, and it's strike 3 called. Got him looking. Felix Hernandez striking out Jorge Posada. Strikeout number 8. And the Yankees are down to their final out.
And again, it's the high changeup for Felix. I think Posada thought this pitch was up in the zone. Take a look at Josh Bard, the way he sits down. That pitch actually up out of the strike zone. Posada can't believe it, but a nice job of catching by Bard to stay down with this pitch.
Look how he framed it, Mike. Great call. Pushes it down into the strike zone right there. Two on, 2 away. Felix Hernandez, the Mariners 1 out away from a win, and here is Brett Gardner. And strike 1 called on Gardner. If Felix can go all the way tonight, it'll be his 3rd consecutive complete game against the Yankees. Remember, back in New York, he shut out the Yankees on a 2-hitter going all the way.
He's had to work a lot harder in this one. 122 pitches so far.
Granderson at 3rd, Jeter at 1st with 2 down. Gardner takes inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike, and now the fans, 42,000, they're on their feet here at Safeco Field. Game 3 of the 4-game series. It has been a beauty. Jose Lopez with a grand slam in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 1-1 to Gardner. Swing and a foul on a play on the third base side. Terrace level. And the Yankees are down to their final strike. 1-2 on Brett Gardner. Granderson lit off the inning with a double. Colin Curtis struck out. Jeter, the infield base hit. Posada, the pinch hitter, struck out looking. 2 on, 2 away. 4-1 Mariners. Felix Hernandez, 8 strikeouts tonight, trying to put away Gardner. The 1-2. And it's high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gardner already with 2 hits tonight, Mike. He came into the ball game batting .309.
He's one of the tougher ones. He's not trying to do a lot here. He runs well. He's just going to try to put the ball in play.
Felix Hernandez. Pitch number 126. Here she comes. Fouled away out of play in the third base side. Still 2-2.
Felix throwing a couple of high fastballs trying to put him away. Last one 97 miles an hour.
Still a lot of gas in the tank at this point in the ball game. Yankees have made him throw a lot of pitches the last couple of innings. Next switcher on deck, who gave the Yankees their 1 run with that home run back in the third. The 2-2, and it's strike 3 called. Got him looking. A fist pump by Felix Hernandez, and the Mariners beat the Yankees 4-1. Felix Hernandez going all the way. Grand slam home run by Jose Lopez, and look at Felix Hernandez.